Alright folks, it's me again, VB7200, and today we're taking an overlook of my car, well I guess my second car technically. The Contour died a while ago actually, in about August I'd say. Right about when I actually got the car up and running myself. Well, it was already running before that, the only problem was there's brake lines that were really bad. It took a while to fix them, but yeah, so once I got the car back, I drove it maybe 2 times, and then the head gasket on it blew, and the frame was bad anyway, so there was no real point in trying to fix it. So we decided just to scrap it. So I waited until my grandma got a new car, which is that black Passat right there. It's a 2013 Passat SE, and she just gave me her old car, so whatever. It's a car. Who cares? So I guess we'll start on the side here. This is just your driver's side door. You have auto down windows, power locks, all that good stuff, power mirrors. Going to the right here, you have your headlight controls. You have your dimmer switch, trunk release, a vent up there, your windshield wiper and high beam control right there. Your steering wheel, which I'm going to be changing this out very soon. I want to get basically a leather wrap steering wheel, but there's a couple reasons as to why I'm actually doing it, not just for that, but because I figured I'd do it anyway, because this thing right here, the cruise control module, actually is starting to act up a little bit. The buttons stick in, it doesn't always register when you press the button, this won't click in sometimes, this doesn't work well. It's been used so much, because we use it on the highway a lot, that it's just starting to die. So I figured instead of just removing this little module, because that's a pain in the ass, just get a whole new steering wheel and just plop it on there. Basically, to remove the steering wheel, there's these two little pinholes on either side. You just stick something in there, like a little Allen key, and then you could take your airbag off. Now, before you do that, you want to make sure your battery's unplugged so that you don't set the airbag off on accident. But once you get the airbag out, there's just two little like plugs for either side of the airbag. You unplug those and you can take the whole airbag out and just set it wherever. And then once you've done that, there's just a little wiring harness for this thing that you unplug, and then you can just literally just slide the steering wheel right off the rack and pinion thing there. I think that's what it is. And then you can just put a whole new steering wheel on with your airbag and everything. So that's what I'm going to end up doing, because the steering wheel is starting to get worn on the ends anyway, as you can see. Like I said, this thing isn't quite working too well, and I just want the media controls on this side would be an added bonus. Because the newer ones do have, or leather wrap ones have the little media controls on this side. As you can see, this side has like a little cutout for it. As you can see, well, this side doesn't. So you can't just add the column all you can. It's just you need this extra shroud back here, which is a pain in the ass. This little shroud right here. Whereas if you have the whole new steering wheel with new buttons and everything, you just pull the steering wheel off, put it back on, and you're pretty much done. Now, it's nice because they all of these radios will have the media control, like, I guess, wiring in them already done. So you just need to plug them into that same wiring harness that this guy was plugged into, and it carries all the extra data here. And it works fine. I've seen videos of people doing it on this exact car, actually. Not this car itself, but the same model, the same year and everything. Up here, in your gauge clusters, you have your tachometer, which in park holds it, I believe. Oh, I rolled my window down, scared the shit out of me. At the tachometer around in park, it holds it at about 4,000 RPM. I'm not gonna do it, but I'll just turn the accessories on there. Your little trip computer center there. There's a weird haze because I just cleaned it on the camera, but you know, trip computer there with your odometer, your park, your temperature, and the compass right over there. And you have your fuel and temperature. Up here you have these little controls for the actual trip computer itself. The little trip thing up here, the first one, it's like a road. That's trip stuff, trip A, trip B, fuel range, average economy, all that other stuff in there. And then this is vehicle information to relearn the key, oil life, units, compass zone, calibrate the compass, all that stuff. Oh, whoops. And then this thing is just system setup. Yeah, that's all it does. Nothing really special. In here you have your radio right here. This is just this basic GM radio with your presets up there. You have, how many favorites? You have 6 favorite pages, I think. This only goes up to 4, but you can display up to 6. You have your clock menu, the date. I don't know why it has the date. It never really made sense to me because it doesn't display the date anywhere. So I don't really know why I need to know. Actually, I think that clock is off. Yeah, it clocks off by 4 minutes. I'm actually going to change that. How do I... There it goes. It's 2:44. There we go. Now, it should be better. Whatever. I'll let it sit there. You have your music key right here, which actually lets you control the music and all that stuff. Information, which gives you information on the station that you're on. Or you could press information and it gets rid of the clock. Oh, it came back. Like 102.5, no info. 97.9, no info. Only some radio stations have it. Press info on your XM menu. It lets you do the song, the channel, the artist, or the category. I prefer the song name. It really doesn't matter, but it's cool. It's only an XM thing, which is pretty cool. I like that. Down here you have your seek, band, reverse, forward, and your sources. This does have an auxiliary port, and it does have a CD, which is pretty cool. So if you have something plugged into the aux, if you have something plugged into the aux, you press this, it'll show up. It's just a 3mm headphone thing. Down here you have your dual zone climate control, which is pretty cool. This is dual zone. It's not really as fancy, but it is technically dual zone. This is your driver side, passenger side. You can either take the air in or you can circulate it. And then you have your zones and AC and whatnot. Rear defrost. Down here you have cup holders that fold out. This is the bench seat of the Impala. This is why you have a column shifter up here. Some versions of it do not have this column shifter. Some of them have a center stack shifter, which just it's not really much different. The layout's a little different. You do have cup holders, but they're not as big as this. There's like a little storage bin type thing right behind the center stack or the shifter, and then you can just flip out the cup holder. I kind of prefer these because they're bigger. There's more room to put stuff. But you can either have that folded down for someone to sit there, or you can have it up if you have drinks. You can put stuff here. See, if you were to have it as a seat, I have to make sure this stays closed. You just flip it up there, and there is your center seat. There's a bunch of crap all floating around in here. This is broken at the moment. I actually need a new one, as you can see. I don't know what that is, but you got some little things in here. Insurance card, USB dongles for the power ports that are down there. This car doesn't want to do it. This car actually does have 3 USB power ports, which is pretty cool. There are 2 in the front right here. One there, and there is one in the back right there. There's actually an air filter on the ground. Back seat is, it's not too bad. It's just got some stains. I need to try and get those out. And this seat right here is starting to rip. But it's running good with no problem so far. Here's visors and stuff. Here is the glove box, which just has manual, extra light bulb, my glasses in there. And that's really it. I guess we can start it up. See, I realize a lot of Chevys have like that bluish tint to them. I don't really know why, but yep, it revs up nice. And gas mileage on this car, is being a pretty decent sized sedan, is actually pretty nice. It gets about, I think it's a 22 miles in the thing, but that's inaccurate because I don't know, it's just weird for some reason. The fuel range on this car, the computer It's not always correct, but it's in the ballpark kind of, but 5 miles here or there, 5 miles per gallon. It gets around 25. It says it gets 22, but I'd say it's more like 25. It's actually neat too. I put $5 in it the other day, and it was about a tick below half a tank, and now it's at half a tank. So you can fill the car up for basically $20 if you really wanted to. I only put 5 or 10 in at a time, just because. The only other problem I'm having on, you realize there's no key fob on my keychain. That's because my key fob is all fucked up. I don't know what's wrong with it. This car does have factory, what's it called? Factory remote start built into it. However, we never got to use it because the fucking key fob has shitty reception. People say take it to a GM dealership, but it's out of warranty. It's gonna cost out the ass for that. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Turn that off. But anyway, that's pretty much the Impala. There's nothing really else special to it. Let's see how the lights go off when you open the door. Oh, another thing, that speaker back there is actually blown. I need to get a new speaker for that, or just new speakers in general. The speakers in this car aren't the best, but they're okay. But, yep, that's about it. So as I try and do stuff to this car and add like a steering wheel, I want to get different seats, like maybe leather seats or just new cloth seats. I don't know, because these ones are kind of beat up. But we'll see. I do need a new console. We'll go over how to fix that. I'm definitely getting a new one of these things. But thanks for watching, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe if you want to see more in the future.